Our next speaker was born in Lithuania. Originally, he studied architecture, but when he was finished, he decided he wanted to become a photographer. And that's what he's been doing ever since, apart from some classical art stuff. His most famous work is called Comfort Zone, and it's where he took some pictures of people lying on the beach to document how we behave inside our comfort zones. And we're very lucky to have him because this weekend he moved houses. So we're really, really very happy that he found the time to produce a little something for us. Here is his keynote titled No Plan.
Hello, my name is Tadao Cern and I'm an artist. I'm very happy to be here talking to you. And I'm very honored that you're being part of this. Of course, we had to meet in very different circumstances, but a few months ago, everyone is aware of that, the world has changed. This change is very symbolic for me because the title of my talk was that I have a no plan. And it is very symbolic because everything started 12 years ago during great economical recession that we had in 2008. At the time I was working as an architect. I spent 6 years studying architecture. I've got a master's degree and I was already working at the architectural company here, quite well known in Lithuania and in Vilnius. And after studying 6 years, working for 3 years and already building my career in this field, I've decided that I want to do maybe something different, that I don't want to be an architect anymore. And that was a very big surprise to my family, to my friends, to my fellow students, and to my colleagues at the architectural firm. I just saw creative process very differently. I didn't want it to go to my work from 8 till 8 and then maybe spend weekends there. And I could compare architectural creative process maybe to being a painter, but instead of just sitting in front of the canvas and painting, there are 10 people standing behind you and telling you what to do, how to do, what kind of color to use, what kind of composition, themes, etc., etc. So this wasn't a creative freedom for me that I was imagining. And I was building that plan to be an architect for many, many, many years. And I was quite successfully succeeding because I got the studies, I got the job, and all of a sudden I didn't want to do any of it. And quitting architecture was, I think, one of the major and first big no's to the plans that I already had. There I was on my own without quite strong notion what I'm going to do next. I created a company that was offering services to the companies outside of Lithuania that have been working with architecture. So it was a support for architects, architectural visualizations, architectural photography, model making, etc. Since every single company during the financial crisis started to save money, I had a perfect solution because I was living in a country that you had lower expenses than everyone around. So for the same quality of services, I could charge less. And my client base started to grow. I've spent almost a year working like this, and I was again starting to build a plan for the future. But all of a sudden, a boredom came into my life. And once again, I found myself that I'm doing almost the same as I was doing when I was working in an architectural firm. And once again, I've decided to quit and maybe try something very, very different from the things that I was doing before. My wife at the time was a wedding planner. And I had many friends from different creative fields, artists, photographers. And I was looking at the things that she was doing, and I was looking at the same time, simultaneously, at my friends that had been working as photographers. So I thought to myself that I could maybe do the same thing and get well paid. I wouldn't be spending my time at the desk with my computer. I would be traveling. I would be going outside, meeting people. And that was very exciting for me and very different. So I once again, build a plan for myself that I'll spend first year working and building my portfolio. The second year, I will work to earn for the equipment that I was using. And on the third year, I will start getting my first earnings. So I shot the first wedding. I uploaded the images on my webpage. I used Google AdWords to gain some traction. And I went for a vacation for 2 weeks. In those 2 weeks, I got so many calls that I booked the whole summer full of clients. And in the autumn, I already had a portfolio. I already had my own equipment. And I earned a little bit of money. I've decided to open a studio and maybe to try something different. I was doing an open door day in my studio. And I wanted to invite people, maybe take some kind of photos, upload them to Facebook, tag them, so everyone would see that there's a new player in the city, that I have a studio and that I could do commissions, commercial commissions, etc., etc. I didn't want it to do anything fancy, it just had to be something fun. It had to be like a party in my studio for whoever wanted to get in. And that's what I did. One morning I was sitting and I thought to myself, maybe it would be funny to blow wind into people's faces, take photos, that would look stupid, that would look crazy, that would look fun. Nothing special, no big plans. Good, nice, fun event for one day. And that's what I did. A few hours later, I take a look around what's happening in my studio, and it's fully packed with people that are taking photos and filming what I'm doing. And I thought to myself, this must mean something. The photo shoot happened on Friday or Saturday. I edited the images and uploaded them on my Facebook account, and I wasn't expecting anything special to happen. People were laughing, they've been sharing these images. I've started getting few requests from different blogs and websites to share the results. Well, I thought to myself, that's nice. The next morning I woke up, I opened my laptop, and in my inbox there was like 50 emails from the biggest newspapers and media agencies around the world willing to publish those images. I became a guy who was best known in the world for being good at doing blowjobs. Rolling Stones, Guardian, View, Bild, Le Monde. This project called Blowjob became viral. That was my first project that became viral. I was never planning anything like this. I wasn't expecting anything like this, and it came as a surprise to me. I was enjoying the success. I've started working with brands in Germany. I did photo shoots in Norway. I did campaigns for Samsung, Chupa Chups, BMW in Brazil, in London, in Germany, in France, in the Netherlands, etc., etc. So I was enjoying everything, and it took me half a year when I was riding on that wave. And then in the evening, I met one of my friends that had red hair, and I thought to myself, hey man, we should do maybe a photo shoot of you. I would like to make you into a Van Gogh. We propped everything and we did a photo shoot for a couple of hours, and then I spent like a week editing the image. I uploaded it again on Facebook, and then sometime later I had my first exhibition ever that happened in London at the Saatchi Gallery. I was invited to be part of the group show. It was again crazy. I was super excited. I was super happy. I've started traveling with exhibitions. I was taking part in different shows. I don't know, things like these images got on the covers on different books, magazines, and then half a year later, I went to the beach with my family. I was walking on the bridge and I saw people laying on the sand, and I all of a sudden knew that there has to be a person that needs to document everything that's happening on the beach. I photographed hundreds of people. I called it the comfort zone. And once again, I did the same thing. I uploaded the images on my Facebook, Instagram, Behance network, and the same thing happened. Once again, the project was traveling. Even New York Times wrote about it. The excitement was gone. The pivoting point for me happened in 2016 when I created Black Balloons. Since that moment, I created many different projects and I collaborated with different brands and traveled and had exhibitions. Those projects include chromatic aberrations, hanging paintings, French exit, making plans for the future, lost a very big part of charm for me. I've always been a consequence of the things that are happening around. I've never been a reason. I feel like I'm sitting at the cinema right now. I'm watching a very interesting movie. I'm the main character in it, but I'm not sure how everything will end. This new point of view for me came as a revelation, I don't know. And now I'm spending here time in my studio, talking to you. I'm working on different art projects. I have even my own charity campaign that I'm trying to develop for the countries that are facing water problems. I'm very optimistic even about the most pessimistic scenarios. Okay, it's time to summarize everything. Many things have happened. I had many plans. None of them became true. I was surprised with everything was happening in my life. I've changed many things. I'm still here. I'm very happy. I'm working on many different, numerous projects. I'm even enjoying this isolation. The cities, just for me, no distractions, no nothing. I know this will be over. The only reason to suffer if you have your expectations and you get frustrated once the things are happening not as you plan. So just give the biggest gift that you can give yourself during this time. Try to get rid of any plans and expectations. Thank you for spending your time. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, if you want to collaborate, if you want to know more about my projects or my charity campaigns, if you want to be part of it, if you want to work with me, anything, you can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Instagram. Just Google my name, Tadao Cern. I'm always open for any endeavors that are ahead of us. Thank you.